like to welcome y'all to
hip hop. Stop. Hip hop. Hip hop. Hip hop. Hip hop. Stop. Stop.
Murda Mook on the line. What up, Murda Mook?
What's going on?
What up? Cheers. Cheers for coming. I know you can't probably see us. I think we should probably see, can we turn on our camera here? It's good to have you on the show.
Hey, what's going on? I'm happy to be on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Really appreciate taking your time out. I know you've a hectic schedule. We could talk to you, Murda Mook, all night. We've so many questions for you because we're such big fans of you here on the show. But we only have a certain amount of time, and we start off with, for people who don't know who Murda Mook is, and if you don't know who Murda Mook is, who is Murda Mook for the people in Europe to know? I know you're pretty big on the battle scene, you're pretty big in the music scene, you're doing a bit of everything right now, but how would you describe yourself in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, I'm just a hip-hop artist that can rap very, very well. Started off on Smack DVD with the battle rapping and, just took off from there. But I would say I'm one of the best rappers in the world.
That's what we like to hear. We love confidence on the show because we like to say that we have one of the best hip-hop shows in the world, so we've got something in common there.
Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you. Let's get it.
In terms of your influences growing up as a kid, where did you grow up as a kid?
I grew up in Harlem, New York City. It's really inside of Manhattan in the city in New York, but it's a place called Harlem. It's inside the borough of Manhattan, so that's where I grew up.
And what type of for people who don't know Harlem, is it a good place to live when you're growing up? Is it a rough place to live? What type of area is it as growing up?
It wasn't good growing up. Right now it's getting better, but when I was growing up, it wasn't a good place to live at all. It was a lot of bad influences around, and it was easy to get caught up in those influences as a kid.
It's probably distance yourself from them a little bit, is it?
Man, you really couldn't distance yourself completely because everybody that you live with or that you knew was in these conditions, in this environment. So if you left the area, you would try to go to another borough, but it would be the same thing, just growing up in the ghetto, in the hood, just where we was come from,
Yeah. In terms of, before you got into, as we call you here, the battle rap god, but before that we know there's a bit of an NBA, you wanted to get into the NBA. Is that a true story, that you want to be an NBA, you want to be a baller?
Yeah, I mean, it was a true story, man, where you come from, it's like, it's not a lot of options to make it out of there, alive, honestly. But so we kind of, try to get into, gravitate towards things that can help us get out, because that's the ultimate objective. So playing basketball is always a way a lot of, inner city youth that grow up in harsh environments is how they try to make a way for themselves.
Yeah.
So basketball was like, it was my first love. I was really good at it, but I didn't make it to the NBA, obviously.
Yeah, it's like over here for us, we have like soccer and football, and that's where everybody aspires to. The kids kind of go for soccer and football. Over this side of the pond, where it's NBA and NFL in the States.
Yeah, but see, those teams, the difference there is like soccer and football, and they have like 50 players on the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
the chances are increased.
Yeah.
On a basketball team, a typical standard basketball team is 12 players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's all good.
Does education come into a factor with the NBA from someone? Is that a big factor? Do you need to be educated to get into the NBA? Do you need to come from a good background? Does that stop anyone getting into the NBA these days, or is that just a myth that we hear, that you need to get your grades and go through college and stuff like that? Is that still going?
Well, I mean, they would like you to.
Yeah.
Definitely, we want everyone to be educated, not just for NBA, but just life in general. Because when you grow, you become more mature, you become a man, a woman, you know, you want to be educated in this world to accomplish things. So, you know, they give you the discipline early, you know, going to school, and, you know, if you don't get certain amount of grades, they won't let you play on the team because, you know, they'll suspend you or not, you know, so
Yeah.
they try to do it in those ways, but, you know, it's ways they get around it.
Yeah.
They get around it because, you know, if you're a really good talent, then the rules bend a little for you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's in everything.
As per usual. No, it's good to hear that. So just I don't know what's going off track a little bit, but it's good to get your perspective from that side of things on the basketball career. I know Glenn, my colleague, a co-host here, has a question.
Yes.
Glenn has a question for you.
Yeah, so Mook, we know you're like one of the greatest lyricists of all time. Let's say that right now. Where was the turning point? Like, when did you decide to stop going for pursuing your career in the NBA and decided to go with battle rapping?
Well, when they didn't pick me. That's
a good reason.
Yeah, I see, like, well, to come back to what I was talking about earlier, you know, about growing up where you're from. It's like you either you're selling drugs, you playing in the NBA. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
there
you see us there now. You're probably to the side, but we can see you there now. There we are.
You know, hey, what's up?
What up?
Either you're selling drugs, you know, playing basketball, you're rapping. So in my era growing up, hip hop was flourishing. You know, in New York City, it was flourishing. 1 second. I'm doing an interview right now on Skype. All right. Cool, 2,500. I'm really like these people. Like, I need to do this interview.
We're okay. We'll just have chats between it. You do your business.
Hey, hello to my mother. Hold on. Hello to my mother.
What up?
What's up?
Yeah. So no, just try to keep them on. I got it. Tell them that's good. Nah, just keep them on. I'll be done in 30, 40, something. Just keep them trying.
Brilliant.
Yeah. It's my mom. She calls me all the time. But back to what I was saying. So, like, basketball and rap is synonymous. It goes hand in hand. You feel me? And so I was always rapping.
Yeah.
Too, because that's what you did. Because you watched the Wu-Tang, you watched Jay-Z, you watched Big L, Nas, all of them were in close proximity.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
They were from where we were from. So we got to visually see them, like, in real life. You know, you could be walking down the street and you would see them. So you know these were real people.
Yeah.
They weren't just on television. So, you know, that a lot of us gravitated towards the art form of rap as well. And so as I was playing basketball, I was still rapping. And then, I mean, I just became a way better rapper than a basketball player. And a couple people started to notice me. I started going out doing rap thing, and there it was. The battle rap aspect, it's not like battle rapping and rapping. Like, I didn't want to become a battle rapper.
Yeah.
It was like what you had to do in order to be seen in those days. You know, you had to go to do little battles on studios, do them on street corners, and that's how you got your name out there. There was no Skype.
Yeah.
Internet, you couldn't do, you know what I mean? It was no YouTube. So you had to, it was word of mouth, everything. So, you know, once the battle rappers started to happen, and then they taped it and they caught it on camera, and it just became a phenomenon from there.
And would you say that there is a big divide between, like, let's say, I know you're trying to break that divide, but do you feel like there's a divide between mainstream artists and battle rap at the moment?
Definitely. It's definitely a divide. Because a lot of mainstream artists, they admire what we do because they can't do what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of they don't, they just can't do it. The older era, you know, the legends, you know, the Locks, the Nas's, you know, the Jada Kisses, all of these guys, Big Daddy, everything. they know battle rap because they came up doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so it was all in one back then. But once it became publicized and it got out there, it became kind of like its own genre is split. And so now it's like you have the industry, then you have like battle rap industry.
Yeah, it's divided up a little bit now.
Yeah.
Because certain people can't do it or they're afraid to do it, would you say?
Yeah, that's the reality we're in. So that, you know, they tried earlier. They tried to shun battle rap like over there because they were afraid of what it could become for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a threat. So, you know, they would shun it. It was like they would watch it, but they would never let it be known. They would watch it. You know, it was kind of like taboo. But now, you know, you can't hide it. Now you have all of these real OG dudes that love battle rap, so they're not gonna let the industry heads hide what it is that we really do.
Yeah, there's no denying that can't be stopped right now, because if you look at just the views alone, I know everything can't be judged by views, but YouTube, serious crazy amount of views and comments, all your videos. The likes of the Total Slaughter event that recently, that's taken it to a next level. What do you think of the Total Slaughter event? You believe it or not, Ireland was locked in to watch that. There was a lot of people here in Ireland trying to watch that.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out to Ireland. I appreciate that. I was ecstatic about the Total Slaughter event. I feel like it was a monumental moment in hip hop. I feel like it broke that barrier.
Yeah.
You know, that was like the last swing of the sledgehammer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just broke it out. It was produced very well. Shout out to Eminem, Shady Records. Shout out to Electus, everybody who put that on, who shot the reality show leading up to it.
Yeah.
Road to Total Slaughter, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what it was called. Yep. So I just feel like that was the defining moment right there, to let the world know that, you know, battle rap is here and it's gonna stay.
And for the Total Slaughter event, did you treat that battle any different than what you'd normally treat? Was that like, hold on, I'm on a center stage now, I know did you treat that any bit different than how you would prepare normally, or was it just the same routine to prepare for a battle? And do you want to go into a little bit, how do you prepare for a battle? Sorry.
Well, when I go, I try to make sure that I prepare the same for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, the same diligence, the same tenacity, the same focus, concentration. So it wasn't like it was something like, oh, all right, I know I have to do extra because I'm on the stage.
Yeah.
Because every time I go out and do a battle, I try to give it my all anyway. I give it my all, whatever I have in me. So it wasn't really one of those things. I don't want to use the word like routine to make it seem like, you know, I didn't care about it, because I'm just trying to, you know, articulate that I care the same everyone. Like whether it's, you know, it's like a basketball player or a football player, you know, or terms in soccer terms, because you guys are big over there. You might play a team that you know you could dominate, but you still want to play with that same edge as the same team that you know could kill you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you don't want to go out too casual, and you can see that from the Total Slaughter event, that you take every battle serious, and it comes across. Obviously, you've so many fans out there. Everybody loves Murda Mook, so yeah, it comes across all the time. Shines through in your interview, in your rap battles.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like just going back to kind of battle rap, I feel like it kind of puts pressure on battle rappers at the moment to actually make music, because you don't see many battle rappers, not like yourself, you make great music, but like a lot of battle rappers don't seem to be making music. And I feel like if they want to kind of push into I don't want to say mainstream, but if they want to get out and kind of move away from that scene, I feel like they need to start releasing music or something like that.
Yeah, you know, and that's you know, like I said, I come from the era of you know, where hip hop and battle rap was one.
Yeah.
So I was already making music to begin with. You know, but now you have since battle rap is like a sport now, you have people that just want to battle rap.
Yeah.
I don't think it's smart though, honestly, but I understand where they're coming from. I understand where they're coming from. It's, you can't really knock somebody now because, you know, there's a lot of politics with the hip hop rap industry. Like, you know what I mean? When you get into this, it's a whole different animal that you have to deal with. So many variables and factors that you have to take into account. But I would say I don't think it's smart though to not put out music, because that one record could feed you for the rest of your entire life, you know. So with me, I just love making music. And with battle rap though, I feel like a lot of times battle rappers aren't given a fair shake. Now some battle rappers are just not, I want to say, just not skilled at making music. They, you know, but there are others that know how to make very good music, but the listener is going to listen with the battle rap in mind. You know, like, this is a battle rapper. So they're going to take it like, you don't sound the same on this record as you sound in your battles.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's like, I like you because of your battles, but it could be somebody completely different. If it was somebody totally different, then they may love the record.
Yeah.
But since it's you, they'll just be like, this doesn't sound right to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like that, you know?
Yeah, so speaking of music, I think we should start talking about your own music and what you're doing. So at the moment, are you signed to Rough Riders Records, are you?
Well, I was.
You were, right.
Yeah.
So, but you're releasing a lot of new tracks. One was released recently this year called Preach. How did that whole track happen?
How did it happen? Well, I was in the studio maybe. I had that record for almost a year now.
Yeah.
Honestly. I was in the studio maybe last year around December. I was going to release a project before Total Slaughter was brought to my attention. So, like, around the time Total Slaughter was brought to my attention, I stopped recording.
Right.
Because when I had to do the reality show, and then when I prepare for a battle, I give it 110%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be distracted by anything else. So the record, I was in the studio, and a producer friend of mine came through, you know, just ordinary routine things. Just was like, yo, I got beats for you. Let's play some. And he played some AAA. His name was AAA. And that beat stood out. So I did the beat, and I shot the video, and I just held it. You know, I didn't want to just rush it or put anything out there. So I held it until, you know, when I just recently dropped it a couple weeks ago, and, you know, people loved it. I knew it was a dope record, though.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
And do you feel like you have to get into a different kind of mindset when you're, like, the differences between battle and writing actual songs?
I used to think that.
Yeah.
I used to think that, and I think, to go back to what you were saying about the battle rappers, I think some of them think that as well. But I've recently gotten good advice from some pioneers and legends in the game that were former battle rappers that would battle, you know, but they have platinum albums out now, you know, and they told me to try and keep your mindset the same, but just your tone down. You understand?
Yeah.
You want to get across who you are in a battle as well as in a record.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to sound like you're battling on the record.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But you
want
should
that
treat
hunger.
it like you're battling. You know?
Yeah.
It's a little.
Yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from.
Yeah, but, you know, so the mindset used to be different, but now I feel like it's the same. You just have to know how to even it out, you know, level out your tone.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of rappers are definitely coming towards you. Like, I heard that Eminem and people like Lil Wayne are recognizing your lyricism. And like we said about your music, you have a song with LL Cool J. You're in that song. So how did that come about?
I was here. I was in the United States.
Yeah.
I was out with my daughter, my wife, and yeah, it was crazy. We were just having family time, a little vacation.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to get on the go-karts with my daughter, and my phone rings, and I don't, and normally I don't pick up numbers that I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked it up, and then it was just like, yo, this is LL Cool J.
That's pretty big.
And I'm just like, what? I'm like, nah, and I hung up. He was like, he called back and was like, no, this LL Cool J. I'm like, yo, you fucking serious? Like, you know what I mean? And then he was like, yeah, I want to do some music with you. And he said, when I get back, we'll go to the studio, look through some beats. And I had the record that we have, it was actually my record.
Oh, was it?
First, yeah. So I had the record from Ron Browse. Ron Browse gave me the record.
Yeah.
Like, back to when I was saying about when I was recording. So I had the record for like a year.
Yeah.
And then when I heard the record, it had the hook on it, I'm Nice. And I was like, this should be like, I should get on this with some legendary people. You know what I mean? Like, some legends. So Raekwon, he's one of my good friends and mentors. He's older than me. So he kind of teaches me how to move and how to, think about certain situations. So I called him. He got it on the song. I told him to get on the song. He sent me his verse right back. And then I held it.
Yeah.
So LL called me. It was like Eureka. It was like the magic. I'm like, yo, I mean, we could listen to your beats, but I think I have the perfect record for us. So he's like, well, whatever, come through. You know what I mean? So when I got back into my hometown, which is New York City, we went to the studio and we heard some of his beats. And then I'm like, yo, listen to this one for me. Let me know. So when I played it, he was just like, yo, this is crazy. It's like, yo, I have to get on this. Like, so we did the verse together. Like, that was the most magical thing to me. Like, you know what I mean? To be in the studio with LL Cool J right next to him while we're both writing our rhymes, pacing back and forth. That was just a legendary moment for me that I'll never, ever forget, and I'll always be grateful for. So when we did it, after we was done, the record came out dope, and he was like, yo, I want the record. And I'm like, you can have the record. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to tell you no. He like, I want to put it on my album. So I'm like, of course. And that's really how that came about. And then it wound up becoming like his single now. You know what I mean? It's yeah, so that's shout out to LL Cool J and shout out to Bimmy for that one. That was a good look for me.
That's pretty sick. It doesn't get any sicker than that, to be honest. That's pretty sick. A legend as LL Cool J. It must have been an amazing experience. In terms of the hip hop scene in the States, and what do you think of hip hop as a whole, worldwide? Do you think we're in a good state right now? Is it in a good state? Your opinion? It's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm not currently like pleased with the state that it's in.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get it because at the end of the day, it's business. And that's where the water gets very murky. It's music business.
Yeah.
With business, it's all about making money and, feeding your family. So on that note, I understand, but I don't like people, dogging the art form.
Yeah.
Where it's getting away from the true. That's why I love like overseas. You guys like out there, Ireland, just UK, just India, everywhere. Like they listen for hip hop, for real hip hop. You know what I mean? Like you guys are fans of the real essence. Not the bubblegum rap.
Yeah.
Not the just fly by night, say anything you want to say, but really really put some thought into what you're talking about, have some meaning behind it, whatever it is you stand for, you know, just the form of knowing how to rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it came from knowing how to rap, not just trying to rap a word, like not trying to rap Skype with hype, you know, and just put the thing in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You know, but really putting some thought into it. And so I just think that's what's, you know, killing the culture, so to speak, is that, you know, it's just too much buffoonery running around. I think they planting these dudes here to just, you know, try to destroy what's going on.
Dumb it down a bit, is it?
Huh?
You think they're trying to dumb it down a bit, is it, some of these artists?
More than a bit. It's dumb. You ain't dumb it down. It's dumb now. It's very dumbed down. If it can't get any dumber, it would be a vegetable.
And one of the reasons why, like, people from the UK and Ireland kind of can respect old school hip hop is probably due to we don't really experience what you might experience over there, where it be like guns and gangs and things like that. So I think that's one of the reasons why we would listen to old school hip hop. Would you say so?
Yeah, and it's as well. I think a lot of people still love the old school hip hop artists over here, just for the whole rawness and as what you said there, more about the whole essence of the hip hop, the storytelling. A lot of people love that. Going back to Nas, they all love that over here. They're all bumping that still, and especially we do bring in local artists on the show here. And as soon as you ask them, like, who's your favourite artist right now? Everybody hits an artist from about 10 years ago, or the real in-depth artist, Talib Kweli's. They all talk about Nas. They all like the older Jay-Z stuff, plus the newer Jay-Z. So you've got a great point there. Really think that's a great point. Is there anyone in the industry at the moment that you'd like to work with?
Hold on, before I answer that, but I think that's why battle rap is so respected by the legends.
Yeah.
Is because it reminds them of what they used to do, just the old school, the raw, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just reminds them of it because this is how it all began. So they have nothing but the utmost respect for it.
Yeah.
But so what you just asked me, what was it you just asked me?
Just, is there anybody out there at the moment who you'd like to work with? Who would you like to work with in the hip hop scene then? Is there anyone there that you'd love to work with? Even listen, old school, new school, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to work with everybody that I grew up listening to. To all the way be honest, man. From everybody, I want to do a record with Rakim. You know, even though I missed his era really because I was still young. I was like 2. You know what I mean? But I still know about his legacy, and I've listened to his rhymes and his music. From him, Eminem is the person I probably would want to work with the most.
Would you battle Eminem if it came down to it? Would you battle him?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
In a heartbeat. But you know, that's people. A lot of people take battling out of context though. Like they just think because you want to battle somebody, you want to. You know, like you don't like them or something.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
And it's not that. It's
respect.
It's respect. You know, for me to want to battle you, I respect you a lot, and I want to test my skills against you. You know, but you know, even Eminem, you know, Jay-Z, I would love to work with. I just got to do a song with Snoop Dogg, so that was
sick.
It was crazy. Yeah, you know, Scarface. House of Pain. It's just people that I would want to work with, though.
Yeah, like speaking of Snoop Dogg, like what's going down between you and Snoop Dogg at the moment? You're trying to get battle rap into BET Hip Hop Awards, is it?
Yeah. Not on the actual awards yet.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of the plan. Yeah, this is like an elaborate battle takeover plan. You know, it's a 5-year plan. I'm just only letting you know about it. But you and the rest of the island know. But really, what we're doing is on the weekend of the Hip Hop Awards. So the Hip Hop Awards is in 2 weeks. It's on September 20th. We film it. So on the September 19th, the day before, you know, everybody comes down to Atlanta, have a nice time. So we're just trying to make an event around the Hip Hop Awards weekend to just get the energy, get people coming.
Yeah.
You know, just things like that. You know, so me and Snoop reached out. Another thing, like he reached out on Twitter. Like I'm just going through my scrolls and I see everybody like adding me and with his name in it. So I'm like, what? So he must have. And then I looked to his page and he was like, yo, I want your info. You know, Snoop Dogg. I'm like, Snoop Dogg wants my info. Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I gave it to him. He called. Snoop is real, man. Snoop, you know what I mean? I love Snoop, man. He's real. I mean, I love all of the legends that just been giving me love because they have been so real. Like, they've been who I wanted them to, who I admire, like, who I imagined that they would be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes you might see somebody on TV, like they say, be careful because you might see somebody that you admire, and then when you meet them, they like an asshole or something. And you're just like, yo, this is not who I expected you to be. Like, and you just shot. I just died a little bit inside because you weren't who I thought you were. But you know, but Snoop, you know what I mean, all the way authentic, 100, man. We kick it, and he just told me, you know, I want to do this event with you. I respect it. I love battle rap because I did battle rapping, you know, him and Corrupt. Back in like 91, 92, they would do that. So he was like, I don't want to jump into your world, the world I feel like you run, and just try to step on your toes. So I want to do it with you. You know what I mean? I want to do it together with you, show you that respect. And I couldn't be more happy. Like that was real talk for me. You know what I mean? I appreciated that because a lot of people wouldn't think to do that. A lot of people would just try to come in your house and put their feet on your couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
put orange juice on his mouth. You know what I mean? But
take over, kind of.
Yeah, but you know, he definitely played manners and knocked on the door and wiped his feet on the carpet and asked to come in.
In terms of music-wise, for the rest of the year, have you got any plans to release anything this year, or what can we see, an album coming, or where are we?
Yeah, most definitely. Well, right now I'm working on this, the Preach. My Preach records will be on iTunes actually, because I released the video. I didn't release the actual song. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it'll be on iTunes. What are we in? It'll be on iTunes in a couple days, maybe Monday. Right. The latest. You know, you can get it on iTunes, download it, show some support. The record is called Preach. And I got a mixtape coming out, The Purge. You familiar with the movie? Yeah. Yeah, so it's similar to the same concept as the movie, like where I'm just coming in to wreck shit. Yeah, just coming in to wreck everything. You know what I mean? And then I'm gone. Yeah. You know, so me and DJ Absolute, we got that coming. Got an album that I've been working on, that I'm still working on, but I'm just, as I'm evolving, I'm adding new records, so I'm taking things out because my mind state wasn't with, you know, it wasn't. Yeah. So that's the album is, I didn't title the album yet. It just keeps changing. Honestly, to be totally honest, I just wanted to get a lot of momentum first. Yeah. Before I actually released a project. So the momentum is gathering now. It's like, you know, what's those little dust storms, or, you know, where it starts out small and then it starts, and then you can't stop it.
Yeah. Cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hear more stuff from you, Murda, to be honest with you.
And when are we going to see you in Ireland?
Yeah, man, that's what we need to do. You know, we need to get that going on out there, man. What's going on with the shows and everything out there? I would love to come there and, you know, do my thing. Even if we chill, drink, smoke, anything, like, you know what I mean? I know the weed is good out there.
And the drink is good as well. You got some whiskeys, we got some Guinness.
I know the drink is good. I know the drink is good. That's not even a question. Yeah, I would definitely love to be out there, man.
Well, listen, you have a contact. You can contact us if you're interested in doing something in Ireland. We can hook you up with a venue and everything. So definitely, we'd love to do something with you in future if you're definitely coming over. We'll see you in the airport with a drink.
Yes. Let's do that. Let's do that, man. Y'all hear me out there, Ireland? I'm trying to come out there, man. Let's make it happen.
Brilliant. Murda Mook, it's been a pleasure. We could talk to you all night on the show, and we really, really appreciate you coming on tonight's show. And listen, best of luck in the future. We can't wait to see you in more battle raps. We can't wait to see your music, and we hope to have you on again. If you'd love to come on again, it'd be brilliant to have you back on.
Thank you so much, man. That's all you have to do is do the same thing to contact. I'm there, man. This is love. I appreciate it.
Brilliant. And we're gonna finish off. We're nearly close to tonight's show, but we're gonna finish off on one of your records, the record you just released on video, which is Preach. So if you want to intro it there on the show, we're gonna play it live to the Dublin airwaves right now.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Murda Mook, the Easy Man, and I'm rocking out with the new record, Preach. Make sure y'all get that on iTunes in a couple days, man. You heard? Easy.
Brilliant. All the best, Murda Mook. We speak to you soon. Thanks very much for coming on the show.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.